and you cannot save me, 'cause I don't need saving. It's everything I've been chasing, all here for the taking. Don't wanna test your luck with me, I think I've had enough disease. I'm sick of all the bad thoughts, people who are half-nots.
You are not as tough as.
Hi guys, and welcome to Blind Man Plays. I'm Jared Walters. Right, well, it's been a good few months since I uploaded a video on this channel, and I've got plenty of ideas for videos I want to make. And I thought, how do I get back into it? What do I have to say about the time I've spent away from making these videos? And I thought, well, do you know what? A good start would be to talk about why I stopped making videos in the first place. Kind of go through my thought processes, and perhaps this can be a reminder for myself moving forward. Perhaps when I have another sort of block from being creative and things like that. And also, perhaps sharing this might help other people as well. Because, I don't know, I love YouTube, I love making videos, and I love being creative. But there's too much onus on like the monetization side of things, or having to achieve goals. And sometimes, you just gotta do something you love for fun, and that kind of gets lost in all of it. It does. And to be perfectly honest with you, that's basically what happened to me. I started this year by really wanting to get back into a good relationship with gaming, because it's been a passion of mine all my life, and for the last couple of years I've kind of been in a bad place for it, for numerous reasons. And I wanted to create a situation where I could associate my love of gaming with something good, because it had become associated with quite a few bad experiences. And there's not many people around me personally that I can actually share my particular love of gaming, because I tend to enjoy a lot of retro games. And I was researching earlier on this year emulation. I've dabbled in emulation before, and basically looking back over sort of old collections of games and things, and I thought, well, I'd love a device where I could basically play all the games that I love in one place, and sort of not have to like set up different systems and dust off different systems and different things like that. So I thought to myself, well, you know, let's have a look at some emulation devices. There's plenty of adverts for them online. I was in a conversation with a family member. He said, well, you could basically turn your PC into that. Have a section of your PC that's dedicated to your love of retro gaming. So I thought to myself, what a bloody good idea. And I started to look into Launchbox and RetroArch and different emulations, and started to like build a virtual collection of a lot of the games that I've like accumulated from the past or played over the years. I've probably been like collecting dust in like my mother's attic or something, you know, different things like that. And I started to create a library of games that I enjoyed playing growing up, and that was sparking memories from different things that go beyond gaming, you know, perhaps different things that was happening. For example, you know, when I fell in love with Final Fantasy VII, that was during the a time in college where I was going through a lot. You know, and there's been various instances where, you know, we can share different memories with different friends with the type of games we play. So I kind of started to build these libraries, and I thought, well, I've been learning how to do this. Let's try and pass this information on. So I decided to start making videos again. And I've made videos in the past, so I don't know how much I've mentioned this on the channel, but I have 2 YouTube channels that I have had in the past. One is dedicated to my work as a paranormal investigator, and although I still continue that work on a more research level at the moment, it's still a channel that is there at the moment and may be used in future, but it wasn't a channel I was actively working on. This is a channel I share with a very good friend of mine called Paranormal Now, and you can go and check that out on YouTube. And the other channel I had was to do with my love of the esoteric, spirituality and things like that, which is a passion of mine, that I don't really want to bring into this channel, but it's just it was a personal thing for me, and I did that channel for a while, and again, it's part of the work that I do. My actual trade is I am a clairvoyant medium, but again, it's not something, I wanted Blind Man Plays to be something completely different. I wanted it to be something different, unique, and not like, a work-based thing, but a passion project. And that's kind of what it became. And I started building it over the course of January, February, and March of this year. And I started getting some really good traction with the videos, and I got some really good responses from some of you guys, and it really did bring like warmth to my heart that people were sharing their memories, and I thought perhaps this could become more of a community based thing. And I started to get these ideas of what I could do, and I don't know if any of you guys experience this, but sometimes you get like all these ideas and they come at once, and it's a bit like, how am I going to do this, and it becomes like an overload, and you sort of think to yourself, well, this is getting a bit too much, because I was sort of like making videos then for making videos' sake. You see all these videos on YouTube, you need to be consistent to be successful, you need to be this and you need to be that, and I'm like, I'm making these videos for fun, I'm making these videos for me primarily, but also sort of for other people. I kind of, the idea is to build a community around just a shared love of video gaming in whichever form it takes, and that's kind of where I want to take the channel forward, is to sort of be more open to maybe sharing other people's stories, getting people involved in things. I've looked into doing some charity live streams that I'd like to do at some point, but like all these ideas came in, and it was like, once it sort of got to that point of overwhelm, it then became a seed of doubt, and I just stopped, because I just couldn't get past that point, and my mind couldn't make sense of how to like just carry on making videos, doing the things that I loved, and I lost confidence in it. And there's been some stuff going on in my personal life that has ate up a lot of my time, but my confidence just went poof, and just literally sort of collapsed with it. And I thought, bloody hell, this isn't me. When I was growing up, I was very introvert, but over the last sort of 10, 12 years, I've become very extrovert as a person. And, gradually over the course of the summer, I kind of thought to myself, right, well, start sort of thinking about what you'd like to do over the summer and sort of breaking things down, but just carry on playing games. And a friend of mine that I've kind of got back in touch with recently was also a fan of different retro games, and we've been sort of playing different things together and sort of just sharing that sort of love of retro gaming and modern gaming as well. I want to focus some videos on some more modern games, just a love of gaming in general. And I thought, well, I started to sort of like think about, well, if I can build up a library of footage, at least I won't have to quickly play games to get videos out. And then I was talking to the same family member that suggested me build the archive of the retro games that I loved. And they said, well, the thing is, what happens when you start building archives of footage is you forget why you started to make those archives of footage in the first place. And therefore, you've lost what the original idea about the video was. And I thought, wow, that is absolutely true. And sometimes, if it's a passion and it's something that you love, you've just got to sort of work through those things that are holding you back. You've got to just start making strides. And I started to do little things. So I started to do little things, like I'm recording this voiceover now. I don't know how long it's going to be before this becomes a full video. But I just thought to myself, well, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the fact that, I am doing this because I'm having fun doing it, and I want to share that fun with you guys. But I also think that I want to use this as a way of expressing maybe, certain issues or certain things that are on my mind, and maybe a way of just reaching out to people, but using the gaming as a foundation for that. And maybe sometimes I might even start talking about shows that I've watched or things like that I thought maybe they're not so much video game orientated, but the gaming is the core concept, and we can kind of expand from that into other areas of pop culture and things that I just want to speak about and talk about with you guys, and maybe sometimes maybe go into a bit more philosophy or deep and meaningful. Philosophy and gaming, that's quite an interesting one, but just trying to explore different things, and I think that this can create an avenue, for self-expression. And I'm saying this because I think a lot of people, and if you're listening to this, you might be one of those people that's just like, we worry too much about what something could be without actually taking the steps to manifest it in the first place, and to really sort of just be more playful and be less critical and judgmental about what we produce, because every time that we produce something, we create something new. It's a learning process, and I think if that creativity comes through, and whether it's one video a week, 2 videos a week, or 1 video a fortnight, at the end of the day, if you're working on something you're passionate about, I think that people do respond to that. And at the end of the day, the overall goal of this wasn't to do with monetization or earning money. Yes, if it meets the criteria and it starts to grow, there might become an aspect of that. I'm not going to be beat around the bush about that. At the end of the day, if it's something I could turn into, an income stream, then great. But I don't want to sacrifice my own morals and my own judgment and everything else, in doing that. I want it to be an honest project. I want it to be a fun project, and I want that fun to be at the core of what the project is all about. And the thing is, when you start thinking about things like money and things like that tends to overrule, because we go for what sells, not for what actually gives us the will to keep on going. Then I think so many people focus on this idea of they need this exposure, or they need to capture new people, a new audience, need to grow an audience, and it's turned this kind of side of social media into something that it shouldn't be. And I'll give you an example. It's like I started a trend on social media a few years ago of doing like a service where I would work with different people with the spiritual sort of side of the work I was doing at the time. And I've noticed it sort of took off, not directly from us. We were just one of the people that decided to do it at a specific point in time. So I'm not saying I'm a trendsetter or anything like that. I'm just saying that we had the idea of people that were doing it on a smaller scale, and we kind of built it up to a bigger scale for one point. And we focused so much on the negativity, which was like 1% of the people who were interacting with the work that we were doing, that we didn't realise that a lot of support is the silent majority, and that's the 95% that don't really sort of praise you. They don't really care. They enjoy what you're putting out there, and they sit around for the 5 minutes of the video or whatever, or stick around for whatever the event that you're putting on, whether it's online or in person. And that's how they show their support. That's how I show my support. I don't basically go up to every single person I've watched a video and comment, I love you, I love your content. I don't mind doing it once or twice, but not on every single video that I consume that they've put out. Do you know what I mean? So we become kind of obsessed to this kind of needing for numbers, needing for audience. Whereas actually, if we focus more on our passions, like people used to do back in the day with YouTube a lot more, then I think we'll get a more quantitative response to what we're trying to do, because we're doing it for the right reasons. We're doing it for the betterment of ourselves and our own self-expression. And wow, what a place YouTube would become if we started doing that more again. You know, expressing ourselves using what we feel passionate about. And I just thought I'd share these thoughts with you guys, because it's been a while, and I'm so very, very grateful for those of you that have commented. Even though the channel has not been up and running for a good few months, there's still been a few people who've come along and joined in and commented along the way, and it's wonderful. I'm glad that, you know, the videos that I've made, you know, whether it's been I think the smallest views on there is like about 35 views, and I think it goes like 2,000 odd or something. You know, whether it's 35 you or 2,000 you, it's still a person that's watching that video. And if you've got something from that video, then I'm so grateful for that. I am. So yeah, I just thought, let's have a little chat, and I think I'm gonna move forward, and I'm gonna make more videos, and I've got some ideas, and it's gonna be fun, and that's the way I want to keep it. And you know, we're going to build things that way. I think we've got plenty of ideas, and hopefully it might not be as regular an upload schedule as I was doing when I originally started doing this, but I'm hoping A, the quality of the videos is going to be much better, and B, you know, whatever we decide to do, we're going to be a bit more experimental. At the end of the day, I'm not going to stick to something, because that was another thing as well, is I was trying to teach people sometimes things I didn't quite understand myself, and you know, I still want to put an element of like helping other people to set their own things up or whatever. I'm going to put that in as an element into the channel, but I'll do it when I'm confident, and I won't make promises that I can't deliver on, and we're going to see where we go from there. So thank you very much, guys. I hope you find, you know, let me know in the comments below if you found you've hit a block with your creativity. How did you get through it, and what did that mean for you? What lesson did you learn? And the lesson I've learned from this experience is sometimes you just got to go with your passion and not your fear. And honestly, I think that will have a much better result. So let me know what, again, your experiences in the comments below, guys, and I'll see you soon for a proper new video from Blind Man Plays. I'm Jared Walters. You take care. Peace and love.
I'm back, you know that I never left. I got tracks and some music that you never guessed. I don't slack, don't lose, learn your lesson yet. When I get to choose what I do, I'm like a weapon. I'm not sharp as many, but got heart, I'm ready to change scars to envy, to win large and plenty. I like to play fast.